Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. That is the mighty Psycho promise, ladies and gentlemen. It is Wednesday, the 31st of January. And, well, tomorrow's February, so we're already 1 month gone into the year already. And, well, I don't know. It's been kind of ho-hum, non-eventful. Hopefully the same over on your side of the fence. Let's see. So I know it's Wednesday night. I don't know what else is going on out in VC land for Wednesday nights, but then I thought I'd just drop a short broadcast, and I know you guys are probably trying to figure out sharing a slice of cream with Elvis and Ma. Well, you know, I've been getting used to doing these goofy amalgamated titles, if you will, that each part of the title means something. We'll get to that, though, shortly. So, excuse me. So, I wanted to let you guys know, my ever faithful audience, you people that I love so dearly, that I appreciate all the likes and the subs that you guys give me. I know you guys are watching because I just know that. I've looked in my analytics. And I know that you guys take time out of your busy schedules to watch this middle-aged idiot spout off whatever. And you know what? I am very thankful for that. I'm always thankful for that. But yeah, if you have not liked and subbed, please do. That would, I don't know, that'd mean a lot to me. That's just all there is to it here. You know, next week, believe it or not, I think it's next week. I think it's a week from Saturday, if I remember correctly, will be my 13th year anniversary on YouTube. 13 years, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, you know, I've only done these live streams for what, 2.5 years, maybe going on 3 almost. And I love doing them. Oh, do I love doing them. But believe you me, I just wish I had better equipment. That's all I'm saying. Maybe a better, you know, my laptop, as I've said before, is dying. I'm surprised it's still here, thank God, you know, for business stuff. But as far as for this kind of stuff, I need eventually to, hopefully maybe the tax refund gods will shine on me. I don't know. But I know that some of you people have gone off and subscribed since last time, but it just doesn't show any names. It only shows the accounts that are public. Anywho, so we go into February tomorrow, so 1 month down. Okay, so get this. I do have some vinyl finds to show you, some new stuff. Oh, excuse me. And a new library book. No, it's not the Mal Evans book. I'm waiting for that. But I think you guys might like this one. I got done reading the Kate Bush. That was interesting. I read the Sister Rosetta Tharpe. I thought that was interesting. Good evening, Randy. How are you, sir? Thanks for coming here. So this next one, though, I'm going to show you in a minute. But I wanted to show you something that I brought up last episode, but I couldn't find it at the time. Well, now I found it. So we were talking about the Northern Illinois band, The Boys. That's 2 Z's, okay? And the Boys would turn into the Bees, which I showed you guys that on Saturday, if I remember correctly. So what I wanted to show you is that I did find the one album. So the Boys got started in 1976. Hey, how are you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. It's nice to have you here. So they got started in 1976. Oh, good, Jeff. That's right. You know, I should be writing all these down. It's hard for me to remember everybody. So they started in 1976, Northern Illinois, very popular in the Illinois and Wisconsin area, and a little bit into Indiana and Michigan, okay? And then they got signed to Epic Records. And in 1968, they put out The Boys, Too Wild to Tame. Here's the front, here's the back. It's signed by Mike Tafoya, the guitar player. But very, very cool on this one. And, oh, excuse me. I thought I had enough sleep. Now, I'm going to show you this because this is your inner sleep picture. I've been where this is at. This is downtown East Dundee, Illinois. I am not kidding. And when I went there in the late 80s, I went through there in the late 80s, and some of that stuff was still there. And look, see, yes, they were very big with the biker culture, okay? Very, very party rock, all right? And, of course, this is what you're looking at, your orange Target. I would behoove you to try to find this thing, or at least go listen to it on YouTube, okay? I think you guys would like it. I really, really do. So Too Wild to Tame from the Boys. They ended up having a second album, which unfortunately, last time I checked, is still unreleased. In 1980, they recorded Midwest Kids, and like I said, with this lineup here, okay, you get some people break out of this lineup and go into bigger things. Now, like I said, Tafoya, he ends up hanging around pretty much, creates his version of the Boys along, Dirty Dan Buck turns into Dirt's Raiders. There's one album in 82 from Atlantic Records. I'm looking for that. Yeah, ain't that right, Fred? I'll tell you, it almost looks like something you'd see in a 50s film. And then Gil Peany, he's still around too. And then Antoine Halkovich, which got shortened to Antonio Hall. It's good evening. And I cannot remember if it's either Gil or Antonio who has done music for different TV shows and some B-rated movies. Cops, for example, is one of the shows, actually, that they did. I didn't know that they do music on Cops, but supposedly I guess they do sometimes. Kent Cooper and David Angel. Now, if I remember correctly, I want to say at least 4 of these guys are still around. So I showed in the last broadcast the signed Boys book that I've got. Go check out the Boys. Go check out the Bees. We've talked about the Bees before and how they were the only unsigned act at the time on Dick Clark's American Bandstand in 1982. But the Bees end up doing an album on Epic also called Get Up. I heard they were in the middle of a second album, and that was the end. I would love to hear whatever the heck outtakes there are from the second LP. Okay, so what did Psycho get from the library? I didn't even know they were going to have this. This was like in a corner. I'm in My Effing Life from Geddy Lee. Yes, you Rush fans. Oh, and it was donated, it says here, in memory of, and then they mention who it is. So I'm like, So let's see if I can show, like they show a bunch of backstage Rush memorabilia, stuff like that. Let's see if I can come up with a decent picture or two for you Rush fans. I cannot wait to read this, to tell you the honest truth. I know that Geddy is going around and doing book signing tours. I wish I could meet him. That would be cool. Am I the biggest Rush fan? Not necessarily, okay? Here's a nice one. How about that for a promo shot in color? Let's see here. Oh, okay, this one here, interesting. This is on a mural of a music store. So you see Rush's first album. That's kind of cool. Okay. So here's the thing, right? I'll show you one more. Here's the band on the set of Big Money, which was off of Power Windows. Okay, there. But anyways, if you're a Rush fan, go get this. I'm going to say about that, I'll bet I could use that picture of Getty to keep crows out of my... You just might. You actually could. Some people use Todd Rundgren's face. Some people use Getty's face. Who else? Who else would be kind of any member of Kiss in the makeup? That'd scare any crows away. As far as for Rush, though, is concerned, my first album that I remember buying from them, my memory kind of gets a little screwy, but I will tell you it's either Permanent Waves from '80 or my favorite from the band, Moving Pictures. I love that album. That is one of those few perfect, I'm not kidding, perfect albums. And what I've said before about perfect albums is that is an album that, with the exception of flipping from side one to side two, you don't skip a track. You love it. You love the whole thing through. And Rush's Moving Pictures, I'm going to admit, is maybe the only Rush album that I can say is a perfect album, to me anyway. What comes close from that? 2112. I do like 2112. It's just been a long time since I've listened to it. But yeah, so either Permanent Waves or Moving Pictures was the first Rush LP I bought. Oh yeah, or Picture of the Wax. That'll scare anything away. Oh, and it does. Isn't that right, Fred? It does. I'm telling you, I remember, okay, like, I had it on vinyl, but I also had it on my Walkman. And it's kind of funny, though, too, because when you put the Walkman and you had your headphones, and I could pick up little things. And I mean, I know that if you play your vinyl and you put your headphone jack in, you play it too. That's how I found out about like Sgt. Pepper and some other things of, you know, some of your prog and spacey rock, and you get all the extra effects that you couldn't hear because they're tamped down in the mix on a radio, you know. So, oh, sorry guys, jeez. But here's where I kind of got off the Rush train, okay? And I don't know, guys. I was not a big fan of Power Windows. I could deal with, I like the 70s stuff, okay? I had no problem with that. I went backwards. I got 2112, and I got Hemispheres, and I got the first album. Caress of Steel's okay, too. You know, and I know I'm probably missing, Farewell to Kings. That's another one, too. And I did get their 70s stuff, okay? But when I kind of jumped off the Rush train, sort of, Power Windows, I would say, okay? I bought the damn thing, but I didn't like the whole thing. I think maybe I liked 2 or 3 songs off that. I got Signals. I liked Signals, you know, Subdivisions, of course, being the big hit on that one. But I mean, that was when I started jumping off the Rush train. But I think I stuck around until Presto is what I did. So that'd be what, 89, 90 roughly? And then I'm just like, I don't know. I think to me they shifted into a different thing for me. But I love those handful of Rush albums. So Getty and Alex are supposedly making new material, and yeah, they might be calling it Rush again. And they could, because let's get technical here, all right? So Getty and Alex and John Rutsey were the original trio, right? John's dead. John is due to complications of diabetes, if I remember correctly. He was only on the first album, so if you like the song Working Man, you've heard John's drumming. All those records they did at La Studio, in Canada, are produced beautifully. I've heard of, actually, La Studio. Well, okay, you know, like I said, I like that record. Okay, I do. It's different, obviously, compared to when Neil comes in. But you know what? I'll tell you something. Neil is definitely a creative, well, was, excuse me, I guess, in past tense. He was definitely creative, wasn't he, in his lyrics? And I don't know, I think, to tell you the truth, it kicked him up a notch for a while, and that was good. What is that damn Rush album? Is it Roll the Bones? Which is the one that's got the rapper in the middle of it? And I heard it on the radio back then. And I'm going, oh, Jesus, no. I had tickets, and I really kicked myself in the ass. I won tickets for the Roll the Bones tour, actually. And something happened. I couldn't go. And I ended up giving them to yeah, see, there you go. They could call it Rush again. That would be all right. After the Rush? I don't know. That sounds like Aftermash, doesn't it? Okay. So, final finds. So I told you guys that there's a reason for why I called it a slice of cream for Elvis and Ma for my title. So let's we'll break this down as we go along. So, one of the vinyl finds, I've only got about 4 albums to show you, but one of the vinyl finds, which is a slice of cream, aka a member of Cream, that's right, see what I did there? On Decca Records, Jack Bruce, Songs for a Tailor. Here's the front, here's the back, and then, oh, excuse me, Atco. I don't know why the hell I said Decca. I'm tired. On Atco. Now, there's a few reasons why I got this album. Hey, I saw you today, by the way, over there. Oh, or as the Ghoul would say in Cleveland and Detroit, over day. And I'll just say it was interesting. That's all I'm going to say on it. Will, yes, okay, that's right. That is Will. Dobbs. See, there's all these people. So, Songs for a Tailor from Jack Bruce. Now, there's a lot of fun people that are on this thing, actually. Track 1, right off the bat, Never Tell Your Mother She's Out of Tune. Yeah, because she'll smack you. She'll smack your ass. But you got Jack Bruce, but then you have on guitar, Leangelo Mysterioso. Who is Leangelo Mysterioso? Why, it's George Harrison in disguise. Yeah. It's all good. Hard finding records lately. Well, you know, I get what you're saying. The resale shops around here have, well, January, February has always been shitty around the resale shops and such. Usually March, you know, and spring cleaning, that's when I start getting to see things. Hey, Randy, wrenched for life on the PV channel. The Ghoul, yeah. And you know what? I shouldn't know about the Ghoul because I did not get born and raised in Detroit, Cleveland. I'm a Svengoolie guy from Chicagoland, original and son of Svengoolie who turned into Svengoolie. But I tripped on the Ghoul courtesy of YouTube, and you know what? I liked him. I would have loved to have met Ron Sweet. Actually, technically, if we want to be technical, the Ghoul actually replaced the original Svengoolie in 1973. He stayed on the air on WFLD Channel 32 for not even 6 months. The fans were pissed, supposedly. They watched the Ghoul. They didn't get it. I like when he was blowing up things and twang that magic twanger, little froggy, and then Froggy would appear. Randall literally gets a wrench everywhere. Yes, I've been everywhere. The Cool Ghoul, that's right. Parma, AmRap, Cheese Whiz. What's that? What the hell does he say? Something about stay sick, turn blue, scratch glass. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what, Randy? Eventually, you're going to end up having more wrenches at Home Depot. Hey, Overday Froggy. Yes. Randy will whack you with his wrench if you're not careful. Is that a euphemism? Only we know for sure. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I've seen one of those. I've seen one of those. Good for you on the barf bag. All right. So George Harrison on track one as Leangelo Mysterioso. And then, Dick Hextall Smith on sax, and John Heisman, if I remember correctly, they're from Coliseum. I hope I'm right on that. Track two, theme for an imaginary Western. Yeah, mountain cover on this one. Or in this case, could be original. I cannot remember who did it first. Chris Spedding, though. Chris Spedding, an excellent guitarist. Oh, now see, I'll tell you something. I'd like to find a Ghoul t-shirt and a Froggy t-shirt. Hiya. Hiya, Ghoul, what's up? I can't do it as good as him. Hiya. Which, of course, was the Ghoul anyway. You know, the one time I saw they quickly put back camera 4 screwed up. You remember how we'd always be yelling at camera 4? And camera 4 screwed up and went back early, and you barely see Ghoul's side of his mouth going, hi, and I'm like, I had a Ghoul t-shirt with the toast stuff, I bet. You know, I got to tell you something. When I wear my Sven shirt to the Comic-Cons, and I only wear my Sven shirt at Comic-Cons and the wrestling matches. And you know what's funny? I always get, do I wear it for a reaction? Sort of. I love Sven Gulli. I advertise it. But I'm not kidding you. I have people stopping me all the time, either going, hey, how can I get the shirt? Or B, Sven, and I've had famous people. What was it? I even told Sven Gulli, he was surprised when I wore it to meet Kevin Nealon, and Kevin's like, "Hey, Sven, I like him." And Rich, like, Kevin Nealon knows me. Jesus, Sven, everyone in the country knows you. You're on ETV. Yeah, right on, Doc. The toast of high school. All right, so Chris Spedding, a great session guitar session here. He's on Felix Pappalardi, of course, who was in Mountain. He sings on Rope Ladder to the Moon, not to be confused with After You Get to the Moon, Are You Going to Be Walking on the Moon? See what I did there? That was horrible. Okay, the police will come after me next. All right. Side 2. I'm an idiot. Side 2, The Ministry of Bag. Could that be Yoko Ono? Could it be all the ugly women? I can't believe I'm saying this. Could this be all the ugly women that we have to put bags over their heads before we... Is the Reverend of the Ministry of Bag the unknown comic? Chucky baby! I love Gong Show, damn it. And Unknown Comic. He's still around, too. Vegas area. Heber Richmond. Let's see here. Felix is on that one, too. Boston Ball Game 1967. That's the title. How precise. Anybody fancy on that one? No. To Isengard. Track 4. And The Clear Out. So you get... Like I said, it's produced by Felix Pappalardi, so you get him there. So if you're a Cream fan, Mountain fan, Coliseum fan, or like Chris Spedding, go get this. Yeah. Okay, so that's your slice of cream. Now, what's the Elvis part? It's not what you're going to think it is. It's not. Because we're talking about early 80s. Yeah, not Elvis Costello either, by the way. But you know what? I gotta ask you kids something. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? I don't know, I'm sorry. I was busy all day watching The Detectives. And you know that I happened to be there as the lady was filing her nails as they were dragging the lake. There is no shame to me. Elvis Brothers. Yes, Elvis Brothers. Now, if you don't know who the Elvis Brothers are, that's okay. Every member still works, all right? They're just not the Elvis Brothers anymore. Here's the front. Here's the back. Okay? Yeah. Now, And yeah, zing, and so they came from the Springfield, Illinois area, all right, and got signed. But I'm tired. I can't read this very much. I know they say here Rob Elvis, Graham Elvis, and Brad Elvis, right? Brad would end up he was a drummer in the band called Scream, which they did an album on Infinity Records back in the late 70s, and they opened for Van Halen on their first tour. So, yeah, this is the second Elvis, that's on Portrait, of course. This is the second Elvis Brothers album I actually have. I like the last one. Can't remember the damn title at the moment, but still very nice that I got this in the collection. So, yeah, when the hell was this? 80? Nope, 82. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, yeah, Power Pop is right. That's right. You're right on that bit. I want to say that Elvis Brothers were busted by 84. I think they only made 2 or 3 albums. So now you've got the Elvis part. What's the Ma part? Forgive me a minute, okay? This is a die-cut cover. I couldn't believe I found this thing, to be honest with you, because, I don't know, people have said really good things about this album. So I have to kind of cover something. And by the way, it's stamped DJ Not For Sale. It's Rare Earth's Ma. Yeah, Ma from Rare Earth. 1973. Here's your gatefold. I like me some Rare Earth. I do. You know, and I just want to celebrate another day of living, and you can with Rare Earth. Oh, now this is kind of neat. I have never seen a Rare Earth inner sleeve. Yeah. So this is Rare Earth Records we're talking about, of course. So I'll show you this, but so some of the people that are on this inner sleeve, Rare Earth, of course, Stoney and Meatloaf. Now remember, this came out in '73, so Stoney and Meatloaf. My Friends is another band. The Impact of Brass, which these guys all look like they're from a high school band. I don't know. Magic, Sunday Funnies, Ken Christie and the Sunday People, and they're only people on Sunday. The rest of the week, they're something else. The Cats, not sponsored by Peter Criss or Josie. Austics, and lastly, Indiana wanted him, and he didn't want to go back there. R. Dean Taylor, that's right. So we've got that for a very strange but yet cool inner sleeve, and you get all the albums too that you could go get back then. So very nice, produced of course by Norman Whittenfield. And I'm glad to have this. I do like me some Rare Earth, but you know, I gotta tell you something. There's barely, most of them are dead. Most of them are dead. And if I remember correctly, God damn it. I hate it when I can't put these things back in right. That's what she said. There we go. But, so, some Rare Earth. Oh, nice. Nice. Will, I'm like this all the damn time. It could be the ADD, ADHD in me, or just because I'm a fucking idiot. It's one or the other. Or maybe both. But yeah, I mean, so, but, Rivera, Pete Rivera, I hope I got that name right, is, I think there's only like 2 band members alive. That's why Rare Earth stopped in 2021. I think because the main guy that was still going, I want to say it was Gil Bridges, but I could be wrong on that, died, and that's why the name stopped too. So Pete's the only classic original member standing. All right, as an added bonus, I'm going to still go local here. Local to me anyway. Put some excuse me. So this next one here is a duo, but it came from a group, you see, a 60s band, 60s Chicagoland band. We're talking about Tefano and Gimmeries from the Buckinghams. They broke off and had a couple albums. This one here on Ode Records. Here's the front. Here's the back. I'm glad to have this in my collection here. Basically, for your other session people, other than your Lou Adler production, you do happen to have Jim Gordon on drums on the whole thing, and we all know about Jim Gordon, right? And Carole King plays piano on 2 tracks. And Gary Coleman's on here. No, not Different Strokes. Different Gary Coleman on 5s. And so glad to have this in the collection too. It's got a lyric sleeve, but it's kind of slightly torn up, so I'll just show you that's what it looks like, your good old Ode label. So, but yeah, and then of course the Buckinghams are still around, and it's Gimmeries and Fortuna is the only ones that are in there. Tefano, he's out in Vegas. He goes out. I mean, sometimes he does tours too, but he, for a few years in Vegas, was a Bobby Darin tribute singer. Yeah, right. I have another one. I'll have to show that another time, called The Other Side, where it actually shows a better picture of those two. Also on Ode. But yeah, so Tefano Gimmeries, it's gonna be not necessarily power pop, but if you get the, because you're talking 70s here, but it'll be neat. I think you'd like it. Just take a stab at it. And yeah, I think that was it for the vinyl finds. Yeah. All right, so I was only going to make this an hour show anyway. So what can we talk about? Or as Cody Rhodes would say, what do you want to talk about? Hey, anybody see that Royal Rumble on Saturday? Fucking Roman Reigns got it again. I'm getting I understand why they're doing what they're doing, but I'm getting real sick and tired of Roman, okay? He supposedly will drop the belt at WrestleMania, but I'm like, just never been a big fan of Roman. And Brock Lesnar was not there. He was supposed to be, but up until Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon, he is yanked off the card. That's how you get Pat McAfee in the wrestling ring for 30 seconds. Well, yeah, you see, I'm not going to lie to you at all. Fuck. Nah, I shouldn't have said anything. I fucking spoiled alert. Well, no, he didn't win the Rumble. He won his match. If you haven't seen, do you want me to tell you who, or should I just shut up so you can watch it? I can tell you who won the Rumble. Just tell me in the comment, and I'll tell you, or just say fuck off, psycho, and I won't tell you. Yes, it's a Rumble. It's between the Sharks and the Jets. Anyways, but yeah, so Lesnar wasn't in the Rumble because of the allegations. That's all I'm going to say about it. Because you know what? There's better YouTube sites that are going to talk about it. All right. It was Cody Rhodes. That's right. It came down to Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Punk got hurt, unfortunately, though. In that Rumble, he got hurt again. I like CM Punk, okay? I'm sorry. Chicago area, I got to see him wrestle once for Ring of Honor, okay? Way back when he was like, his first year or two in the business. So I like Punk, but he hurt himself, so he's going to be out for a little while. I also heard Seth Rollins got hurt, and he may be also out for a while. Seth wants to wrestle Cody again. Yeah, you know, I don't know what to say about it, to tell you the honest truth. I mean, okay, like, I like the idea of the bloodline. I like the idea of Judgment Day. I like goofy R-Truth, okay? I like Cody Rhodes. Of course, not as Stardust, if you remember that shit. When he turned, I'm like, oh, come on. But when he went to AEW, I'm like, okay, here's the start of the American Nightmare, you know? And I thought he was good. Another one that I'm happy to see over AEW, although he was absent for the last couple of tapings, Jake the Snake is a manager now over there. So I think that's kind of cool. Yes. Okay, I know who you're talking about. I love it that we can talk wrestling too, Will. This is great. Yeah, no shit. And what was it? Cody was doing some kind of sales pitch, and somehow there was a Stardust figure, and he moved this other figure of his Stardust figure, and I'm like, I think they pulled a plank on him, and he just didn't even show it. He's like, he just moved the figure. Anyways, so wrestling. I love wrestling. That's no secret. I go to indie shows. I screwed up. Psycho screwed up. You know, I'm mid-50s, okay? So, I mean, I should look at my cell phone calendar or a real calendar more often. I said that February 4th was Super Bowl Sunday, and a coworker of mine corrected me and goes, no, it's the 11th. And I'm going, shit. So I could have got tickets to the Mid-South Wrestling where they have this Sunday, Rikishi, Enzo, the Head Shrinkers, Rock and Roll Express. I can't believe they're still wrestling. And there's a couple AAA luchador tag teams. It's going to be a big card, but they wanted $65 to $75 tickets. I'm like, But I guess they had a ticket offer, and I didn't know anything about this till, like, you know, I'm working for a living. I have a hard time spending that much money on. But I guess they had $40 tickets, and I would have pulled the trigger on $40 tickets, you know, just to see all that. It would have been great. Hey, Royce, how you doing? Another cool channel, ladies and gentlemen, is Royce. He is a good egg. I like him. Let's see. Royce, I see. Grant, I go see. Concert Buddy, Chance, I'll go see. Some of the shows. Borden, Joe Mayo. To a smaller extent, Rach. I don't really know what the fuck is going on over there. The welcoming committee. But yeah, so whatever. I don't know. But here's the thing. For some reason, we all like the drama because that's why that's 50% of why we tune in. Because we want to see who's either going to get insulted, pissed, or shit on, right? I'm waiting for my turn. It may come someday, but it's certainly not going to be for the lack of trying, because I don't try the big fucking drama. I don't try to stir the shit pot. I don't do any of that stuff because I like talking about music. I like being with you people. I have the most awesome audience. Seriously, I may not have as many viewers as some of the other higher echelon programming, but I have the dedicated people. I have the beautiful people. So, that's what we got here. Royce is the heart. Yeah, I'm telling you, he's a cooker. He really is. Yeah, I guess, well, that's a good analogy. All right, yeah. I could see that. So, yeah, but Royce has had a couple very, very good topics lately. Of course, with the Hendrix, I was up there for a little bit. I'm trying to think here. You're going to have to forgive me, Royce. You did a Zeppelin thing recently, right? Which, of course, rating those, some YouTuber went, and I can't remember the channel, he went and rated all the Zeppelin songs. All the Zepp songs from I'm like, oh no, I couldn't do that shit. I couldn't do that. See, all right, subdue voice, yes. That's all you could ask for. And don't get me wrong, I love my Zeppelin, but that's a lot of songs. That'd be like me, Mr. Monkees fan, trying to rate all the Monkees stuff. I could give you probably not off the top of my head, but top 10 down in the basement, like the 10 worst fucking Monkees songs. Because let's face it, every band, I don't give a shit who you are, every band, even the Beatles, ladies and gentlemen, have had a couple clunkers in their day. And I know everybody, what do you mean the Bill? Come on. And there was a couple clunkers. Maybe not a lot, okay? The percentage of clunkers was a lot lower than some other bands and musicians. We can go with that. That's right. He was there in '69 with Hendrix, and I remember that Larry Fine from the Stooges was at the side of the stage. If you get that joke, that's good. If you don't, that's quite all right. Paul, I rank my 20 favorite. Okay, 20 favorite. Yeah, boy. And that is tough. I'd say, seriously, though, Kashmir is in my top 5. I love that fucking song. This thing is, as we all know, commercial radio sucks ass. And even though a band like Zeppelin, who was around for almost 12 years, and had those 9 albums, okay, yet all they could play is on the station, the classic rock station, is Kashmir or Over the Hills and Far Away. That's the only 2 Zeppelin songs I fucking hear on that Eagle. I'm telling you, I'm like, really, guys? Really? Now, they used to have at 9 in the morning, there was a really neat host. His name was Chester P. Chester P., rest in peace. He died, I think it was in 2018, here in Northwest Arkansas. And he was around forever. And he would go off and do the Get the Lead Out, which you would call in and request three songs, and so and you get your voice would be heard. And I was on there once. What the hell did I chose In the Evening, Out on the Tiles, and what the hell was the other one? It might have been Candy Store Rollick. Maybe. It's been a while. But and I still think that from the first album to Physical Graffiti, and including Physical Graffiti, was the height of their powers, okay, if you want to call it that. I'm not trying to slag Presence or In Through the Outdoor, but let's face it, they are a step or 2 down from those first 6 from those. And then, Coda being all the leftovers. Yeah, ranking top 20 Ramones songs would be tougher. After trying to rank top 20 Ramones songs, I'd want to be sedated. Or maybe sniff some glue. Or beat on a brat with a baseball bat. Could be any of or all of those. Hey ho, let's go. All right, as he's like fucking psycho. But yeah, so okay. I tripped on a piece of information. I guess that they're going to go off and release from the Who, 82 Shea Stadium. They're going to release that if it hasn't been released already yet. I'm trying to think here, though, okay? There was an album that didn't really kind of stick around very long called Who's Last, which that was from the 82 tour. I so wanted to go to that damn thing when they came to Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont. Ah, shit, I wanted to go see The Who. Yeah, that's right, yeah. It's hard, what can you say? You better do bet. What? Anywho, but I love The Who. I've always loved The Who, and I will say this. Another perfect album, okay, is Who's Next. That is another one that I don't have to, except for changing and flipping the side over. That is a great album. You know what? And I got mine cheaply. And you know, I call that a bargain. The best I ever had. The best I ever had. As everybody goes, fuck. I'm going to get some more coffee. Don't go nowhere. Go look at Charlie Brown, or well, you can't see Charlie Brown, but he's Charlie Brown. I don't know. But yeah, so Shea Stadium, 1982. That'll come out very soon. Tomorrow morning, I guess. I don't know if the song came out yet or a snippet. Billy Joel has got a new song, Turn the Lights On, I guess. First one, and yeah, see, exactly. I'm powered by it each and every time. Three pots. Holy shit. You're better than me, sir. I'm lucky if I can get through maybe a pot a day, maybe one and a half, maybe. Hey Tim, how you doing? Hey Paul, in my opinion, Who's Last is one of the most. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why they put that out. I would rather listen to Live at Leeds or even Isle at White from '70 over that. There's got to be better shows. And that's the thing, though. Does anybody know? Well, I mean, obviously we know Who's Last was recorded on the '82 tour, but where was it? I mean, was it towards the beginning of the tour, the back of it? Yeah, it's no Leeds, that's for sure. Hey, everybody. Yes. But, you know, so Shea Stadium, '82, you know, new Billy Joel, I guess I think they touted it as his first new music in 30 years. Is that true? I don't know. See, that's the thing I don't understand. I like Billy's '70s stuff. Don't get me wrong. I like from the first album, okay, you know, Piano Man, all the way to. I would even go to venture to you that I liked. Oh my God. The album before An Innocent Man. I liked all those. An Innocent Man has a handful of good stuff, but that's kind of where I bought that album, and then I bought, what was it, The Bridge in '86. I didn't like it. I jumped off the train on that on the Billy Joel. I already stepped to you and hit the bell. Ding. But yeah, so, I mean, now once again, the easy listening station, they'll only play, let's see, Piano Man, Longest Time. They play Pressure, though. I love that damn song. I always have. Once in a blue moon, they will play the live version of Say Goodbye to Hollywood, which, you know, I'm like, hey, Dusty, how you doing? I saw a photo of Brian. Oh, yeah. You know what? I thought it was Brian, too, to tell you the truth. So, see, we're not the only. I feel 28 years he was with her. My God, I couldn't even begin to think how he's feeling. Just prayers of healing and love. Billy recorded an album after River of Dreams, but Columbia. Oh, see, I didn't know about that part. I didn't like River of Dreams either, so I don't know. I tried to. I just didn't like it. And so help me God, I forgot. I just remembered another one that easy listening station will play. I bet you he did. We didn't start the fire. I hate that fucking song. I do. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Mick Jones produced that whole Stormfront album for Foreigner, by the way. And I'm just like, I hate that damn song. And they'll play that too sometimes ad nauseum. And I'm like, the only time that I like it was on The Office, when Dwight goes off and sings, Ryan started the fire. If you remember that one, I'm like, all right, that's good. That's good. Love me some Office. I love that shit. So, what was I going to? Oh, so there's 3 concerts that I want to go to, maybe 4. I'm going to get tickets for Bruce Cockburn. He's coming here in May. I want to see Bruce Cockburn. I only know a little of his material, by the way, so I'm going to end up doing a deep dive into Bruce's music over the next month or 2, so that when I get to see him literally not even a 5-minute drive away from here in a small, intimate theater, I think it's like it holds 700-800 people, I think, tops. So that'll be pretty cool. And then I won tickets to Loverboy and Sammy Hagar, the Best of Both Worlds tour. I saw him and Mike Anthony with Van Hagar back in '88, and I seen Jason Bonham with Foreigner drumming in '05, but I've never seen Satriani, so that's going to be my fun part, is being able to catch, Bruce Cockburn. I know, the first time I saw it, I thought it was Cockburn too, but no, they call it Cockburn. That's how they pronounce it, at least on the radio anyway. Not that anybody plays Bruce Cockburn on the radio anymore. But, anywho, so, and then they announced another tour. And I want to take my son, my bestie executive producer Donna Jo Cat Lady. Yeah. So I want, so we may have 5 or 6 in our party for this. Now I'm not going to be able to afford seats for this one. I'll have to go lawn. I hate lawn. Okay, I just do. I'm old. It's hard to be able to sit on a fucking ground. That would have been cool. And Bowie. I never saw Bowie. I would have loved to have seen Bowie. Now I've had communication with Reeve Gabriels, but we'll save that story another time. You know, he was in Tin Machine, and he was on 2 David's albums. But so I'm sorry, I almost derailed myself. So the tour that's coming right here into this town, Ministry, Filter, Rob Zombie, and Alice Cooper, all here in late September, 10 days before my birthday, at my local outdoor venue. You betcha I want damn tickets to that. I love me some Alice. Saw Bowie and McCartney the same week, same venue in '90. Shit. That would have been something. That would definitely have been something. You know, speaking of Bowie for 2 seconds, you know, my bestie, Donna Jo Catley, she is on this Bowie kick like you wouldn't believe. And for example, she didn't know about Tin Machine. So I was like, you need to check those records. Did they do 2 or 3 albums, guys? Let me know in the comments. I know they at least did 2, but I just couldn't remember. Because I've got a signed, I got the first one signed by Reeves, and then I've got The David Bowie album where David Bowie's back is turned and he's like in this really colorful jacket and you can see his arms behind his back. I don't remember the damn cover title for it. Yeah, right? I saw Joe Satriani at the Experience. I would have loved to have gone to an Experience Hendrix show in Avila Beach. Zach Wilde, Buddy Guy, and other guitar guy. Oh, Royce. Blasco is back on bass. Riggs is back. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, good. I do like me some Rob Zombie. I remember him in White Zombie, and yes, I do know some. I haven't gone down the White Zombie rabbit hole, mind you, but I do know enough that I would definitely know I'd be enjoying it. 27 years at a concert venue, as most others know Bowie, he liked the town hall instead, then got big with arena venue. I saw Zach Wilde play with the Almonds. Dickie was in the hoop. Yeah. Oh, boy, yeah. Poor Dickie Betts. Isn't he still alive? Is Dickie Betts alive, or is he dead, too? I cannot remember. There aren't many survivors left from Almonds. If Dickie's alive, that'd be half interesting. I heard he cleaned up his act, if he's still alive. Last time I heard he cleaned up his act. I don't know, to be honest with you, and, God, that's a name I almost forgot. I don't know if I should be ashamed of myself for that or not. I don't know. Maybe somebody on the comments here will be able to tell you. Who cares? I don't know enough about Alex, okay? I think I had one interaction with him. That was it. One. For 2 seconds. It is what it is in the VC. That's all there is to it. But yeah, so the tickets go on sale Friday, and but like I said, I'm going to have to. I'll be in lawn unless I win from a radio station, which would be. Yes, I kind of know what you're talking about. I've heard that as well. It was a great Woods, Royce. I was at that famous show as well. Dickie retired. His jersey is hanging up in the rafters. I saw Bowie with Adrian. Now that's cool too because I like Adrian Belew. The first time I remember hearing of him, of course, is King Crimson when he was in the early '80s lineup. You know, I'll tell you, one of the weirdest musical TV experiences that I ever saw, in my opinion anyway, was the cool but yet strange appearance on Fridays for King Crimson and the song Elephant Talk. Very, very strange. Not a bad seat in the house, great show, but very hot that, yeah, well, it can be. Yeah, so that's very cool though. And yeah, Adrian is from southern Wisconsin, actually. I think he was born, I want to say somewhere between Milwaukee and Lake Geneva, actually. Nice. Yeah, I would have loved to see. I think Adrian's still making music, I think, but I'm not entirely sure. Speaking of Crimson, if you'll allow me for a minute, don't get me wrong. Excuse me. I like Court of the Crimson King. Okay, I've got Wake of Poseidon. I got a white label copy of Lizards, no jacket though, and one more I think. Lark's Tongue and Aspic. I like some of the stuff, okay? I like the 60s, early 70s stuff more than I like the early 80s stuff. But saying that, I ended up finding a handful of Crimson CDs from like the 90s, like Thrack, and there was another one, like I picked 3 or 4 up, couldn't get into it. I was just like, what the hell is this? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I just couldn't. Sound and Vision Tour, that's right. Wasn't that the box set? Sound and Vision, my favorite concert ever. Tim Bowie was on fire. If he's still above ground like Rob Zombie, but that Munster. Oh, yeah, we don't want to go there. We don't want to go about the Munster remake. No. Let's. If we could get away with it, we'd sweep it under the fucking rug and make we'd never talk about it again. Yeah, I won't see it. Oh no, you could pay me to see that Munsters remake, and I'm still not gonna see it. Oy vey. Let's see. If you're a Badfinger fan, a new Pete Ham CD coming out. Dan Montavoy, I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Helped. This was one of the last projects he did before he passed away. 2/3 of this album has never been heard before by anyone. Seriously. The CD is going to be demos between 1966 and 1972. Seriously. And it's coming out very soon. Yeah. Stocking stuffer, Dave. I saw Bowie in '95 with 9 Inch Nails. We were talking about Bowie and Nathaniel Mars. Oh. Nice. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Bowie. Seriously. I still remember one of the goofiest ass moments that ever happened to him. Somebody threw a lollipop and the stick got in his eye. What is the odds of that happening? You couldn't even bet in Vegas for that to happen, and it did. Supposedly there's a picture of it. I'm like, oh my. $10 to make it. Yep, stuck in the eye. I always get the bad finger while I'm in traffic. And we're not talking about being inside Steve Winwood, Jim Capaldi, Dave Mason, or Z Bob, or Chris Wood. See what I did there? It's no Mr. Fantasy for me, that's for sure. I know I'm not right in the head. I'm not left either. I am center. I am sitting on a fence and I've got splinters in my ass. Yeah. Anyways. Oh man, guys. Let me see here. There's footage of, oh shit, I'm gonna have to look at that. Hey Kimba, how are you? Nice to see you here. Nice to see everybody here. You know, I'll tell you, you guys are awesome. You guys are fucking awesome. I'll tell you that right now. How many other shows will tell you that? I don't think so. There's very few. I mean it, though. I mean it. 1 million%. Don't ask me to write that number out, because it's not happening. But I got the best fucking audience in YouTube. That's a fact. Guys, there's 20 of you in here. Tell me, if you're going to a concert in the next couple of months, what are you going to go see? I want to hear your stories for a minute. Really? Half yourself? Come on, I don't believe it. Hey, how you doing? I hope you got my respond email. I'm sorry. I finally am trying to clean my emails out, and I saw yours, and I responded. Hopefully you saw it. Whatever. I'm 56, dude. I'm 56. Now that I have this new knee, I can deal with it a lot more. I couldn't do it on my old knee. Oh, forget it. I would have been in a wheelchair having to go to shows. I'm not saying I go stand bumming. Well, I guess I stand on my feet about 8 hours a day at work on this concrete floor, so I guess I could stand to at a whole concert, I suppose, but I don't want to do it every day. Did they find that? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Something about Did they find images of the plane or something? I don't know. Truthfully, I haven't looked at the story. Something tells me, though, that she did not die right away. I have a feeling she made it to safety, but then she was stuck on somewhere. My concert days are over. The last one I saw, Stones and Sheryl Crow, 98. That's not a bad show at all, though. I pump. Can't afford him. I understand about that, okay? I really, really do, and you're right. You are absolutely right. Concert tickets have gone ridiculously bullshit, okay? And here's the thing. For most of the responsibility, it's Ticketmaster. Most of it, okay? Or it's not Ticket. Why am I saying Ticketmaster? There is no fucking Ticketmaster anymore, is there? Live Nation, whatever the hell it is. It's Live Nation's fault. Seriously, do they need to check those? No. And they got their hands caught in the cookie jar in the reselling market. And I'm like, there's gotta be some antitrust federal bullshit here, and they're getting away with it. And I'm just like, no wonder why us common folk cannot afford to go to concerts. It's just, yeah. I saw Cool Keith. Rapper, right? Cool Keith? I'm an idiot. That was my last show like 7 years ago. Plus, anyone I'd like to see, maybe one member. Yeah, and that's another thing, too. You're right, okay? You are absolutely right. Hey, Danny. That's okay, Danny. My show was Fish. Oh, I would have loved to have seen Fish, honestly. I was so stoned. Dr. Octagon. I've heard that name, too, believe it or not. You know what? I'm going to tell you something, Will, and everybody else. I've heard a lot of music names, solo or groups. It's just, there is just so much music to explore, and I'll be the first to admit if I haven't heard something. I don't mind, because that just means I got more to add to the list. I got spoiled seeing everyone I wanted to see in tiny venues for not much money when I lived in D.C. No more, I won't touch stadiums either. Seeing ZZ Top at Vina Robles, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Amphitheater in April. Same place I saw Alice Cooper, and a few months ago, Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening. Excellent. I heard that Bonham was doing that. I would love to catch that show, too. Hey, 98.6. You're telling me our little bullshit amp, they've gone on. Now, I don't know about you guys in your venues, okay? But this is the first concert season cashless. So you better have a debit card with you. There is no cash acceptance whatsoever at merch table to your food and drink. And there's also clear bag policies. I'm like, yeah. I've had to spend days recounting tickets after a concert had more. Yeah. I have too many anxiety problems. Well, I guess I get it. Hey, Wolfie baby, I saw your recent vid. Saw ZZ Top Black Crow front row. Loudest show ever, was dead for days. I saw ZZ in 2009 or 2010. Billy Gibbons and Stevie Ray Vaughan could actually hurt your ears. They were so loud. That's why I don't go to the movies. Costs too much. Well, that's true. On Malco's Tuesdays, they're the cheapest, I'm told. Hey, Wolfie babies. But yeah, you're right. Concerts are fucking expensive. And we do have a very cool venue here called Rail Yard Live. It's an outdoor thing, okay? And there are seats, but with tables, and you have to pay for those. But the rest of it, you bring your fucking lawn chair and you sit there. I got to see, 2 years ago, Kate Brothers Band, who were friends with Levon Helm in the band, and Trout Fishing in America, one of the coolest folk rock duos, period. Sure. I got that, boom, boom. Besides, here's the thing. I mean, as far as the movies are concerned, there's really not much floating my boat that I'd want to go to the movie theater. Sorry. Me and my friend were going to go see Iron Claw, that wrestling movie, right? But something happened. Now I'm hearing it's going to be on a stream real soon. So concert tickets cost $10 in the 70s for the best bands. As a kid, I could afford that. A kid can't afford today's prices. You betcha. I remember 80s concert tickets weren't that ridiculous unless you were going for those Stones. That was bullshit. You can blame Rolling Stones and the Eagles for starting that shit. Seriously. They did not need to do that to us common folk. I would have loved to have seen the Stones and the Eagles. All right? I should have, but I didn't. And there always was something in the way. I think the closest time I got to see the Stones was the Bigger Bang tour of 05, 06, Soldier Field. They added an extra night, but unfortunately it was a little cold and a little damp. But just, I couldn't get it. I wasn't going to go by myself. I just know that much. Yeah, most you pay, $17, $20, it's... Yeah, see, blame the Eagles. Yeah, like I said, Eagles and Stones to me. 100% price jumped overnight, you betcha. The cost for our venue, $1 a seat or $3,000 for the day plus power. Someone's making a profit. Yeah, no kidding. Cost $10 to make it. Harry's Music Room put up a video where Crosby, Stills, and Nash are complaining about tickets being $7. Took my grandson to the movies. He says, Papa, let's see the movie with the D-box seats in 3D. Close to $40. After the show, he says to me, that wasn't a very good show for D-box. I'm telling you, yeah, movies are expensive, concerts are expensive, everything's expensive. And it's not just the current administration why the prices. These prices have been like this since the late '80s, early '90s. They just try to see what they can get away with. That's what it is. I'm hoping to get my Yamaha electric guitar back soon. It's in the shop. Well, I hope you do, sir. I saw the Voodoo Lounge tour in Gainesville. That would have been a cool show. You'd be surprised. Yeah, and then as far as for the Eagles are concerned, Walmart had them for shareholders back in 07. Okay, they came here for free, for us anyway. Unfortunately, I missed the damn concert by 2 weeks. Can you believe that shit? I moved down here 2 weeks after the Eagles concert. I'm like, so my consolation prize, if you will, was I got to see Don Felder. Don Felder and Styx. Foreigner, I had to leave. So I didn't stick around for that. And that was, of course, only Mick Jones. And that was back when he could play and not be sick. In the 90s, I would still say yes. Even Warren Zevon, I would have loved to have seen. Jonathan Richman, I know of, but don't know this. There's too much. Nick Lowe, I would have loved to have seen the Kigs. Oh, I would have loved to have seen all that. Even Jonathan Richman, even though I don't. See, I like going if I even don't know who they are or their music Fox, but I want to see the artist, not watch them on the screen. That's true. That's true. Yep, Tim, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Baker Bruce, small clubs for $17. Those were the days, right? God, I'm trying to remember the last time I went to a club and saw an act. Shit. Okay, maybe Bernard Allison. He came to town here and he performed for, I think, 50 people. Seriously, 50 people on a weekend night. Bernard, it was a trio. He kicked ass. I have a picture of me and Bernard. I'll have to show you guys about that sometime. And my wife at the time, but actually she was my girlfriend, but the drummer wanted some weed, and lo and behold, my girlfriend's brother dealt with that stuff. And so he was able to get the drummer some weed, so even he was extra happy. Go figure. Oh, yeah, I got a story to tell you guys. Hang on a minute here. So, yeah, no shit, right? So, when I got these albums that I showed you, I went down to the record store in Fayetteville, Arkansas, Block Street Records, 2 locations. No online, no. I keep telling him he needs to do online, but, I'm just an idiot. What do I know? So, this elderly gentleman, what I mean by elderly gentleman, older than me, okay? He comes in looking very nice, basic, nice suit coat and a hat. Saw the Stones in Long Beach in '72, touring I would have loved that. Even that one, I would have loved to see both of those. So, I overheard, this will teach me for being nosy, I overheard him tell Wade, the record store owner, about, and I thought I heard he was in a band, this guy. And I said, as he was leaving, I quickly introduced myself and said, "Did I hear you were in a band, sir?" "No," he goes, "but my brother was a concert promoter in the eastern Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas region." I never got a name, so don't ask me. These days, the ticket surcharge, yeah, no, I know, right? It's bullshit. So he throws a couple names out, a couple cool ones. Levon Helm, for one, because he used to work with his brother once in a while. But here's a little behind-the-scenes story. I will throw the words alleged, because I don't want to get whatever. So Ronnie Hawkins used to live in Fayetteville, Arkansas also. He was the one that pretty much created the Rockwood Club. Ronnie came down here, I want to say 6 months to a year before Ronnie died, actually. If I knew he was going to be here, I would have hauled my ass down there and gotten my Ronnie Hawkins stuff in My Last Waltz, because he's on the Last Waltz album and movie. And so the thing is that, yeah, he does come back and tells me a story. So Ronnie flew from Canada. Now this is the week of the filming of The Last Waltz back in 77, I think. 77, 78. I think it's Thanksgiving 77. So if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. So Ronnie takes a handful of his friends, and he flies from Canada, stops in, stops briefly in northwest Arkansas, and then flies from Tulsa to California. So the thing is that, so supposedly, Ronnie is backstage at Winterland. I think that's where they held Last Waltz, right? Winterland. So he's backstage. Excuse me. And who's the first person that Ronnie supposedly saw backstage when he gets back there but Bob Dylan? Now, he mentions in the story, this guy, Ronnie Hawkins, Bob Dylan, and something about a shoebox full of cocaine. I'm going, what? And I'm just going, oh my. So, was there a little tooting for Thanksgiving? Allegedly? Hey, give me some of that. I'm horrible. Probably. If you ever, all right, I made a mistake. I was going to say, how long will it take for a shoebox of cocaine to disappear? When you got a bunch of musicians, probably 1.5 minutes. Then it'll all be gone. Somebody would be snorting the residue in the box. Can you imagine that though, Ronnie Hawkins, Bob Dylan, other people, shoebox of cocaine. So to Dylan, you would have to be a gangster. You could see coke in his good. There's video evidence. That's why. And so there's a little sneak peek, there's a little hint for your story, guys. Now you know an extra little bit about the last waltz. I would have loved to have been at that gig. I read the behind the scenes on that shit. I would have loved to have been there for all of it. And the Thanksgiving I can't believe, how nice is that for Bill Graham to go roll out this Thanksgiving feast for everybody? That's crazy. They airbrushed the DVD. Saw Bob Dylan open for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And at the Paso Rollbow, I know I fucked that up. Fairgrounds, at the end, they all came out and played together. and Bob would be like, yeah. And then Tom would go, yeah. I love Bob and Tom. And Bob and Tom. Okay. But, that whole Traveling Wilbury thing, okay, strange concept, but I love that first album. I love that first album over Volume 3 any day of the week. That those five could get together and do a whole album, to me, at that time anyway, was nothing short of amazing, really, if you think about it. But yeah, Volume 3 to me just seemed like it was phoned in, except for My Baby. I love that song. That one's great. But the rest of the album, man, not so much. I do have a copy of that. I think it's in one of my closets. I know, I don't get it. God. Oh, jeez. I think I've got the first Wilburys on vinyl, but I don't have Volume 2 on vinyl. I got it on CD. I got both. They ended up reissuing both of the CD. Well, not Volume 2, but Volume 3. You get what I'm saying. So, the thing is that you're right though. That Volume 3 goes for big bucks though. At least it did for a very long time. Now I guess they put it in a little box set, if you will, with the extra tracks, the bonus tracks. I think there was like one on each album. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what's wrong with me today. I've been tired almost all day, and I'm not. I didn't get much sleep last night. That's probably why. But yeah. So I don't know. So yeah, Bruce Coburn, Loverboy, Sammy Hagar, and the Ministry Filter, Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper. The other ones that if I won tickets, fantastic, would be the John Waite Styx Foreigner. I'd stick around for John Waite and Styx, and I would literally leave right after Styx because I'm like, I already saw Foreigner in 05, and even though they did a really good show, I'm like, I have no reason to be here now, So I've rarely ever done that in my life, but that'd be one I just leave right after Styx. And then also there is Edwin McCain and Collective Soul and Hootie and the Blowfish. And I like Edwin. I met Edwin in the 90s. Really nice guy. I met him just before he got signed to the major label. He came in as in late 90s in my college class, believe it or not, at Columbia in Chicago. And somewhere in a box, I have got a signed CD from Edwin. And Collective Soul I love. So Those two I'd stick around for, but I am not a Hootie fan, and so I'm like, I probably would leave right after Collective Soul. It's like, I don't know, they keep adding stuff. Like they added last week, Melissa Etheridge and Jewel are going to be here. Not my bag, but hey, it'll be for somebody else. That'd be all right, I guess, right? Pixies and Modest Mouse, they announced that last week too. I don't know enough from either of the bands to make a judgment call. Good. Yeah, he's back. It's the lineup that was on Crackview Mirror, that first album. It's all those guys. The last club concert I went to was my daughter's. Oh, that's cool. But wait a minute. Would you care to tell me what your daughter's was? She a solo singer or in a band? And do what I know who these are, the band? I don't know. So let's see. In a few minutes, but don't leave yet because I love you guys. In a few minutes, like maybe 5 minutes, I'm going to have to cut this. And the reason why is because I have to take my kid to work. He asked me shortly before my broadcasting here. So don't run off yet, okay? I was being naughty. But were you Don naughty? See, that's the important part. Oh, all right, never mind. Or email, or if you can't do that, that's fine too. I understand. So, Jukebox from Hell, Valentine's Day will be the first episode of Jukebox from Hell. Nothing says love like a season premiere of JBH Season 4. We are finally going to Season 4. I've already got the first 4 episodes lined up for you guys. Oh boy, there's going to be some groaners here. Nothing Yoko or Shags level, mind you, but there's going to be some groaners. That's all I'm going to tell you, and you guys are going to go, oh, fuck no. Taylor Swift, that's it. You blew her cover. Memory, her dressing room got flooded before the concert. Uh-oh. Oops. Neil Young and Daryl Hannah were at our used record store 3 weeks ago. Neil signed 3 Cheese. Was a shit show. Get there 6 8. Oh, God. That's a pain in the ass. I couldn't have done it. Did they buy a David Crosby record? No, it's not too soon. His album should have been, instead of Yes I Can, it should have been something like, maybe you shouldn't. Oh, I'm horrible. I'm fucking horrible. You realize? I don't mind Cross, okay? I don't like his attitude. I think it was bullshit, and he's had that attitude at least since the Birds days, and I'm like, buddy, you know. So yeah, he had that attitude for 50 years of his life, and I'm just like, you are not the best thing since sliced bread, David. You just aren't. But with Stills and Nash, it was magic, wasn't it? And sometimes Neil Young. It was magic. And the stuff that David was on with the Birds was really good too. That's right. That's right. Now, here's the thing, though. So, is that, I still would like to know, because Graham hasn't talked, something bad. I mean, because Graham always defended David, right? What did David do to Graham to piss him off? Because he defended him for years. He had to have done something to Graham, intentional or unintentional. I do want to read that book, actually. I heard it's good. Oh, that was the reason? The whole the Neil Young Daryl Hannah bullshit? That's why? Oh, wow. Yeah, he shouldn't have fucking said that. That was just wrong. But guess what? I'm not a Crosby expert. Does he really ever apologize? Come on. I don't think he has. I could be wrong on that too. Like I said, I ain't an authority on David Crosby. Far from it. But yeah, I gotta get that book. Maybe I'll put that in along with. For some reason, there's a delay on my Mal Evans. Maybe I'll put in for the Canyon one. But I gotta get through my Geddy Lee book first. Oh man, oh man, oh man. You people are beautiful. You guys are beautiful. But yeah, I mean, all the old ones are dying off. We're like, okay, so they announced a music festival, an 80s retro mania is what they're calling it, in Branson, Missouri, of all places. Branson used to be known as your country people, right? And Jim Stafford and the Osmond brothers. Well, they're going to have, at the Mansion Theater for over 3 nights in August, they're having a lot of 80s people. Okay, let's see. Night Ranger and Vince Neil, Bobby Brown, Lou Gramm, Jesus Jones, and 5 other ones were mentioned. There's an 11th act going to be mentioned. Pauly Shore is going to be there too. The Weasel. And I don't know if he's emceeing this or what, but the tickets, because there's only 2,800 per, 2,800 seats each night, they are charging $599. Now, that's for a whole, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So 5 days worth of stuff. And they throw in 9 other Branson attractions are included in this. But I'm like, I don't want the Branson attractions. I just want the damn tickets to go see one night. That's it. They are going to have a celebrity car show, though, I'm told, at the Celebrity Auto Museum. They're bringing in 5 stars from the 80s. I'm not sure who yet. They haven't announced it yet. I may try to go and pop for that one. Nice. Good, good, good. I'm looking forward to that. Seriously. Zach, all right. Maybe I'll have to look into that, too. Yeah, well, words. The tongue is the biggest, cruelest weapon in the world. I do not care what anybody says about that. I've said a few things that I regretted, but I was also young and stupid. Now I'm just old and stupid. No, seriously, though. Yeah, remember my name. Oh, okay, good. Remember my name. I've done 2 podcasts on Laurel Canyon. I had a tour of Laurel Canyon scheduled with Pamela DeBar. Ah, yes. Well, you know what? If you do get to see Pamela DeBar, tell her Psycho says hello. I read her book, by the way. Tell her that, too. Hello, Victor Dave. Royce, I know Pam. That's cool. So does Fox. Nice. Yeah, I read that book. And, of course, ex-wife of Michael DeBar, who's been in lots of bands. So, all right, we're going to wrap this up. I really love you guys. This is cool. This is very, very cool. I appreciate everyone that stopped in here. Another thing that I might start doing soon, by the way, Cash App. If anybody wants to throw tips towards new content, towards a new laptop, anything. But that's coming soon. Maybe tax time. But until then, though, I want you guys to take care of yourselves. Like I said, we are going into February tomorrow, 1st of February. Valentine's Day is 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away, guys. And But yeah, so February 10th will be my 13th year on YouTube. Maybe we'll do a special show. That's a Saturday, or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure something out as we go along. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, see, there you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But I bet you still look gorgeous. Age is just a number, honey. Oh, well, if Kimba's looking for clues, she could just listen to that Robert Palmer album. Yeah, it's getting the... All right, guys. I'm with the band. That's right. That is the name of it. It's right there in the title. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think let's see, her and Sweet Sweet Connie from Little Rock. I heard Connie did it all the way till like a year, maybe a year and a half before she died. That's what I heard. I ain't sure how true that is. I don't know. I'm too ugly to be a male groupie. That's all there is to it. The Plaster Casters, Cynthia, and the other one, and that Kiss song. The reason why they did Plaster Caster is because they thought that song is because they thought they were going to get plaster casted, but it didn't happen. Wah, wah. And we are not going to have a contest with who had the bigger Kiss schlong. I don't want to know. I just don't want to know. But somehow I heard it's Peters. I don't know. It's what I keep hearing. Anyways, now read her book when I was a teenager. I found her book in a library, I think, or was it a garage sale? And that's how I saw it. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. Rock on. Be good to yourselves, okay? It's Wednesday. Make it to the weekend safe and sound. Always powered by coffee each and every time. That's the Mighty Psycho promise. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, February 14th is not only VD Day, don't pass it on, but Jukebox from Hell. If you have any suggestions for future episodes, please drop them in the comments. All right. Take care, fellas, and my typos are on fire. 13 wacky years, that's right, of Dingo and the Baby. No. Wacky Morning Zoo. No. Okay. And you know what? On that note, bye-bye, everybody. Ciao for now. I love you guys. God, I love you, because you're all nuts like me. Yes, I have the best fucking audience in the land. Bar none.